Are live. I am Savage Squishy 86 and we are continuing our live stream, continuing playthrough of our second run in Bloodborne. So, I did it again, regrettably and unfortunately. I took an unnecessarily overzealous, calculated risk of doing a Chalice Dungeon, helping another player in the Discord server, and unfortunately, I found another secret weapon hidden in one of the Chalice Dungeons in the form of the Burial Blade, or in this case, the Uncanny Burial Blade. Now, in the second playthrough, which we are doing, we're going to get the second ending. Now, in the second ending, we will face Gurman to get the second ending. And when we defeat Gurman, right there in the wheelchair, he will grant us this weapon in the form of a giant Grim Reaper scythe. So essentially it is pretty much an arcane and skill-based weapon. It's incredibly powerful. One of my favorite skill-based weapons, so naturally it falls right into the category of my preferred play style and fighting ability. So essentially it is basically just that. It is a scythe in its transformed form. It has an itinerary of massive amounts of powerful weapon attacks, mainly in arc fashions, with the exception that you can do a short swipe, but if you hold it and charge it, you can knock almost any enemy right on their ass, regardless of their size. I think the only ones it doesn't really knock on their ass essentially is giants, but essentially it will knock anyone and everyone right down. The L2 button in its transform form basically does a series of scythe strikes downward, as well as swiping arc strikes. If you get your stamina up a lot higher, and if you use stamina runes, you can actually get more attacks out of this, because it is just such a gnarly looking weapon. And I look forward to getting the final product. Obviously, this is the Uncanny version, so naturally, with the Uncanny version, we get the access of using radial blood gems as well as a triangular gem. The main one, I believe, uses radial gems as well as a crescent moon gem. And then, obviously, the lost one will use all three forms of gemstones: Uncanny, a radial gem, crescent gem, and triangular gem. So essentially those are the basis of those weapons talents. But this is a really powerful weapon, particularly if you're going for a arcane style play or a skill based story play. So I mean, again, this was entirely accidental. I did not intend to get this weapon so soon in the game, but essentially that's basically what it is this giant scythe. In the secondary form, though, it turns into like a short sword, but still no less lethal, especially in crowded areas. So essentially, where we got it, well, it was pretty much a cursed Lower Loran Chalice Dungeon with fetid, rotted offerings, as well as curse. So this chalice is pretty much one of the hardest ones in the game, essentially. And because it is, you'll get a lot of echoes here, but you also get the perk of getting to the side area where you find a coffin, and inside the coffin you will find this beauty of a weapon. The Burial Blade is, like I said, one of my favorite top 10 weapons, if not in the top 5. This is definitely in the top 5 for me. But again, I plan to explore more with this over time in the future, specifically for that intended purpose. So, but that was essentially an accident. I did not mean to get that so soon, but, you know, that's what happens when you get a little ahead of yourself and you enjoy it so much. So, but we're going to get moving on to the main goal of our playthrough, this particular part of the stream. So let's get ourselves some blood bullets and get ourselves a blood vial. And we'll be teleporting to the Grand Cathedral after we took down Vicar Amelia. Now, essentially, because we took down Vicar Amelia, we essentially have pretty much brought on the night sequence of events leading into the city of Yharnam. Needless to say, we are pursuing the quest lines a little differently now. Now, in the first playthrough, we went to the Old Yharnam section, but in this particular playthrough, we're not going there. We're actually going to do this a bit reversal in a way. The reason behind it is because we're going to get to talk to Jiren, but we can't talk to him if we go through the main entry. We need to get the drop on him, so we need to sneak up on him. So how do we do that? Well, the most basic thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get to the witch's abode and take care of the witches there. Now, because we have a massive amount of insight, we're going to encounter a new threat in the Hemwick Charnel Lane, which is where the witch's abode is. The Hemwick witches, the Hemwick sisters are going to be there. We're going to dispatch them, but to get there, we need to get through that area. So we're going to dispatch these ugly assholes, get them out of our way, and make our way there. So once we've dispatched them, immediately head left in the direction of Hemwick Charnel Lane, and we'll get started with our pursuit of the witches there. Matter of fact, we're going to change our outfit because we want a little bit more in the way of protection. Let's go ahead and put on Maria's garb because we want the blood tinge protection. Which is essentially what we want. Obviously here we will encounter a new enemy in the form of mad ones who are now spawning in, a byproduct of having too much insight in this area, and also I believe being here at night also has an influence of it, so I'm not entirely sure, but basically they will start to appear in droves here. As we can see, there's one of them right now. So essentially what we're going to want to do is just be careful, dispatch these threats of various villagers, and then go through the measure of dealing with the dogs as well. As you can see, the bad ones will basically be pretty evident as you would encounter them in Chalice Dungeon, with the exception that they are just as much a threat here as they would be in the Chalice Dungeon. The added benefit of them, though, is that you get a unique, powerful gemstone if you don't really have much in the way of really powerful gemstones yet, for poison is related. I believe they're cursed, so you'll have to really kind of mitigate the value of them at your own leisure. Another one will appear here. We'll go back in a second. I just want to get rid of the mad one. Knock it off. So once we've dispatched this mad one, we'll proceed back the way we came. And as you can see, there you go. Cursed Tempering Blood Gemstones. You get pretty much cursed gemstones. They're not really powerful, but you know, if you are an early starter and this is your first playthrough and you're looking for easy echoes, or in this case, easy gemstones, this would be with what you want to do. Of course, this asshole fires a shot.
This time's finished.
Essentially, those guys are just going to be a real pain in the ass from start to finish, but the good thing is ultimately we have the benefits of luck on our side with managing it a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and take an opportunity to have a little fun here, because obviously we've got a lot of firepower, quicksilver bullets in our favor. So let's get rid of some of them. So once we got rid of all those quicksilver bullets, we can rush over here, grab the thick cold blood, grab whatever resupplies and resources these assholes might have dropped, and just make our way through the measures of getting through this area and into the next area. It goes without saying that you want to be a little cautious here with the next part of the area, because now that we have mad ones porting in, we essentially want to be careful, because they will be adding a new element of aggression that will make your strategies that much more important to be very careful, especially if you're on like cliff faces and rooftops, essentially, or being attacked by other forces in the name, like the villagers, as well as some of the crows, dogs, and the couple of executioners and trolls that are in the next area. So be diligent and take your time if you need to. And we have arrived in the Hemwick Charnow Lane. Light the lantern, and then we'll get back to business of getting down this hill. It's going to be doing the same thing like we did from the previous playthrough. Just work our way through the position. Yeah. Well, nice to meet you too, lady. I guess you're not having quite a good night. Before, if you came here during the day, obviously she was a little bit more coherent, but now with the sun setting and people going a little bit batsy, we obviously have a much more kind of out of touch woman in this case, so. Bloodshot eyeball on the body. Up here, obviously we will have the witch. Or one of the villagers. I shouldn't say witch, because technically they're not all witches. It's kind of weird because they act like it, but they don't do really any magic. And here we go, another one of these mad ones. Thick cold blood off the body. Avoid this little witch, this little bitch up here throwing Molotovs. And that's a wrap. After we dispatch them, obviously, like it goes without saying, is go up here, avoid the other little crazed witch up here throwing Molotovs again. Go ahead and intercept the troll, parry him, visceral attack him, get him out of the way, then double back, proceed over here, grab the twin bloodstone shards. Like I said, this is a great measure of building up the resources you need to upgrade all of your weapons. Whether you're talking bloodstone shards, twin bloodstone shards, bloodstone chunks, and bloodstone rocks. But now, I mean, obviously, you know, if we get enough insight, we can also buy a lot of those too with the right insight. So obviously the gate is shut to us again, so we need to make our way around the long way. So head down this path to the left. Mind the little crazy bitch in the corner waiting to ambush us. And then head down. We will be attacked again, not just by crows, but by another mad one that will teleport ahead of us. So get its attention. We essentially are not dealing with very weak ones, so you want to try to get the parry on them if you can. If you can do that, great. As you can see, we get a big boon of echoes from them as well, so it's actually part of the other reason why I really wanted to do this, because you can get a lot of echoes with this particular job. Oh my goodness. Asshole. Grab the pebbles, grab the pebble. Obviously we want to lower this elevator. So that's done. And then we'll proceed over here. Immediately intercept her. You can immediately intercept her before she gets an attack on you. I don't like really fighting on this particular crevice because this cliff you can get killed very easily. And we got full bone marrow ash. Okay, let's burn some. So, Molotovs from her. Let's go back and get that, what bone marrow. I think, what did we get? Maybe a couple? Okay, we just needed one. Alright, that's fine. I can do with that. Yeah, we don't need to worry about being frugal anymore with resources. We got pretty much a good measure of it. Get the one little trick inside here. Get the dog as he comes down to intercept us. Dispatch the dog. Head up in here. We will obviously have another nightmare as well as another mad one appear. So let's get the nightmare before the mad one fully manifests, and then we can take care of him. Enough. So once we got rid of him, we can get the twin bloodstone shards off this body, then we can make our way back across this hidden alcove here, and get the wheelchair guy and the madman's knowledge hidden up here. Quicksilver bullets, and some madman's knowledge. Oh, and over here on the body. And Adept Blood Gemstone. Obviously, all the Blood Gemstones that we gotten in our first playthrough will respawn, so you can choose to keep them, particularly the Blood Droplet Gemstones, if you wish, but you don't need to, because, you know, they really don't serve a purpose outside of just being, you know, extras. But essentially, they can be, you know, you can attain them multiple times. Trying to push me off the cliffs, girl? I don't think so. So get your saw spear out, get ready to engage. Over here on this body, we will have Cold Blood Dew. We're gonna go ahead and grab also... We'll use some of these Molotovs as well. obviously those guys heard me fighting, so essentially they pretty much were guaranteed to give the measure of that, so... Just soften them up a little bit, nothing major. I don't want to go beyond that measure. I'll go down there and dispatch them a little bit more personally once I get myself down there. Grab the twin bloodstone shards. Got rid of her. Grab the bloodstone shard off the body. Obviously, we want to be mindful of the one that's going to be lying in wait for us to ambush her. Get a backstab on her. Easy finish. Get off of me. Stop grabbing on. So here we have, obviously, our executioners. We're going to get them out of our way, 1 and 2. Blood vials and thick cold blood. Before we engage the second one, let's get over here and get this gate open. Switch is on the right. And we're going to switch our weapon. Let's go with the rifle spear. I seem to do a better job with the rifle spear in some cases when it comes to the executioners because there's a delay with their attacks, which matches my pistol, matches my shots. So my aim is to basically use it to my advantage. Soften them up a little bit. Just like that. Beautiful. So once we dispatched him... Oh. So once we got rid of that, pretty much that piece of business, we're going to head over here and immediately engage these little beasts that got away from us before. Dispatching all of them, we basically get a whole slew of bloodstone shards. Obviously there we got some bone marrow ash. We're going to use some of that up. Head over here where the resources were that we actually did manage to dispatch. Twin bloodstone shards off that dog. Over here among the stones, a body with some thick cold blood. And then out here, if you recall... Oh, hello, girl. Good night. After out here, as you recall, this was originally where we got the lake rune, or one of the lake runes, so essentially now we got something else in its place, so we're going to walk out here and grab it very carefully, and off the body we'll find Madman's Knowledge. So, and then we will double back, grab the bone marrow ash. Obviously we'll come back for... We'll use another one of those shots again just to get rid of it. Get in the habit of using our resources now because we're actually overflowing with resources. So essentially, we pretty much don't really have much else to worry about. Just go back down and get that bone marrow ash, and then we'll get on with the rest of the piece. This was actually a very short little side quest that we pretty much did. Oh wow, we got a lot more than that? Wow, okay. Load it up. Oh wow, we got a lot more. Okay, well, forget it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll come back. I'll use more of it, and I'll come back instead of taking the portal. Instead of taking the chamber back, I'll just use this little piece of business and go on from there. Madman's Knowledge and Twin Bloodstone Shards. Now, obviously, this is pretty much where we go to face the Witches of Hemwick, so we're going to go ahead and get into the action. Essentially, we just want to find the one witch, and once we do her in, her little bitch of a sister will show up at some point, and we'll deal with her. We just gotta find her, because she's invisible. So obviously, employ the same strategy you did before. Ooh. There's that witch right there. Gonna keep fucking around, girl. Oh, you little bitch. She got me. Okay, no worries. We'll double back and we'll do it differently. That was a little annoying. I didn't expect her to punch my ticket that easily, but I keep forgetting she has that defensive measure of navigating that potential threat, so. Obviously, we're just gonna rush past them. I'm not gonna worry about them, just rush past them. Ignore everybody and just beat feet past them. They are inconsequential. I mean, I will probably come back down here and get the rest of the get some more echoes for my trouble, but I'm not really too worried about it right now because our main goal is just to take down the witches. Oh, no, you don't. Big boy actually chased me down. I can't believe he actually did that. I forgot he could actually go all the way up the hill. Okay, so essentially, we're going to run this again, and we're going to basically do it right with the sense of a little bit measure of control. So I think the biggest thing I'll do probably going to go with the Beast Hunter Scythe. Get myself a little bit of measure of that speed that I need. Get my echoes back, that's obvious. That's right. Hide, you little bitch. There she is, right there. I'll get him out of our way. Oh, you are not doing that shit to me again. There she is. Oh, no, you don't. Oh! I would have actually backstabbed her right there on the spot. She actually hurt her own. She actually hurt her own ally. That's funny. Get me over here. That's one. Where you at, sister? I just saw you shoot your little laser eye. There you are. There you go. Yeah. Obviously, we can't get her more than a couple times. There she is again. Then essentially you can see why it's a little bit more dangerous to really kind of get multiple of these sons of bitches pretty much pursuing you, because essentially you don't get any room edgewise to do any real measures of offensive strategy. They're pretty much all over you. But that's why I'm essentially keeping them circling the room trying to get to me. But we've almost got her, so... There she is. Well, she was there. I think that's her up there. Yeah, you can catch a glimpse of her before she casts us like that. She resurrected her damn sister again. Oh, damn you. On! Now you can see the point of why it's a real pain in the ass to really try to get this bitch when she's got multiple of those freaking mad ones following her. So essentially this is a harder measure of why I don't necessarily have to do it like this. I could very well go use my insight and avoid this, but I'm essentially just demonstrating just incredibly how difficult it is to negate and pretty much get past that point of origin. So I think the biggest thing I'm going to do is change my outfit, though, because I think we need that extra oomph of protection. If I can get there without getting, like, just gangbanged by everybody. But that's essentially the problem at its core with the difficulty of that particular quest line. Is this particular quest line? It's really not really hard per se, but it is hard in aesthetic because of the fact that she has so much in the way of manpower that is essentially So essentially, we'll basically just get right back in there and we'll do it again. I think what I need to do, though, is I need to probably do... I want to think that my saw cleaver will help. So let's try my saw cleaver and see if that does any good with the fire damage. I'm definitely not going to kill any more mad ones if I can help it, because I think that's actually making it worse. So I just need to focus on the witch. There's that bitch right there. So let's find where she is now. She's very close. I can hear her footsteps. There she is. Alright, we got half her health down, so that's good. There she is again, but she disappeared again. She's somewhere close by, I just can't see her yet. There she is. Oh my god, lady. So, where are you? There she is. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that our measure... Get over here. I think it's safe to say that our influence of attacking mad ones is definitely making it worse. Obviously, we now have the other witch here, so let's get rid of her, if we can find her. Nope, this looks like this is her. That takes care of her. Now for the other one. got away again. Oh. Fucking hate arcane magic. Almost time's up, bitch. I gotta get rid of that one. Now I gotta find her bitch of a sister. I heard her. Where are you? Right there. What's the matter, honey? You can't cause no you ain't got no backup now, do you? One shot. That's all I need. One shot. One pistol shot. You give yourself away. Oh. Let go. Oh, she's gonna carve my eye out. The eye carver. Give me my eye. Oh, she gonna heal herself too? Bro, what? She healed the other one, that's what it is. Telling you, lady, you're gonna get fucking ass. Ah, missed her just by a second. Guys, give it up. You're not gonna get me. Oh, she just keeps resurrecting this bitch. I gotta get them both low to where I can get them. Because at this rate, they're just gonna keep resurrecting each other. And I'm gonna be, like, literally, like, fighting tooth and nail just to get them set up. Alright, that's her. Now I'm gonna do the other one. Oh, here we go again. Unbelievable. You kill me again, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, this bitch is starting to get under my skin. Yeah, she's starting to get under my skin. But you can see now, this is why I always go into this fight with low insight. I can get her, it's just really, really hard because she's so goddamn cheap. I mean, she just profusely just resurrects her sister. And then she's got all the backup in the world, which just makes it incredibly cheap. So, looking for options. I'm just gonna take the time to just... Definitely think I'll do... Yeah, my coat. Sorry, Agatha, we don't have time for you. You know the thing I think is most frustrating about the mad ones is they're essentially they're just specters. They're not really genuinely real, but they hit so goddamn hard. And I think that's the part that's really annoying, is the fact that these are not very voraciously damaging enemies, but they are coming off as such. I'm just taking the time now. I'm actually taking more time now to basically just get these guys out of my way so I can get rid of these witches. I mean, I've lost pretty much I've lost some resources, but not enough to where it's going to really impair my performance. I'm definitely going to get rid of these executioners, though. That is, I can be certain of, absolutely. So, get rid of him. Come on, guy. Come and get it. You know you want to. I actually managed to dispel it. If you tap the buttons fast enough before he does the attack, you can actually get him to cancel out the attack, and it doesn't really do any damage. It's a weird thing, because I've actually had people tell me you don't really do anything, and then it's like, well, what the hell do you call that? Because he just clearly, evidently tried to cut my head off, and evidently it didn't really work, did it? So, we've gotten rid of them. Now we can get back into the measure of going back in here, get our echoes back, and then hopefully take these bitches down. It so sucks when you get rambushed by multiple of these freaking assholes, and then they just blitz you. They just gang up on you, and like it's like an instant death. I'm going to stick to my rifle spear. It seems to be the only thing that really delivers a solid amount of damage with a visceral attack. If I have to, I'll have to probably go back to I'll have to go back to the dream and probably change out my runes maybe, because my runes are not really geared for doing the massive amount of damage that it could. It's actually just echoes. But in this case, I may have to. Not delivering a huge kill death impact there, but it's definitely doing a lot more damage than the Saw Cleaver. I thought perhaps maybe the fire element would give me a bit more of an advantage, but obviously we don't have that luxury. Look at this bullshit, bro. I drop her one time and she summons 4 of them goddamn things. 3 of them, I think. Yeah, it looks like 3. There's that little bitch over there. Oh, come on, lady. Oh my god. Oh, I'm definitely gonna need to. No, you don't. Oh, wow, man. I'm gonna enjoy killing this bitch. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it far more than I should. Alright, I just gotta keep them in this range. Boy, they're trying extra hard. You're done, lady. Goodbye. Gotcha. Look at that. 1 million just from doing all that nonsense. Obviously, we got a bit of a loud noise going on. That's partly a glitch associated with the game, so not much we could do about that. But we're going to head down here now, and inside here, obviously this is where we would find one of the tools that we would need for the hunt, but instead we will get kin cold blood. So, I mean, like I said, you get a lot of added boon of resources, especially when you replay this, but I mean, other than that, it really doesn't really measure up to much else other than that. So, we'll go right into the next stage of this business here. Man, that took a little bit of a time limit there, didn't it? I was a little bit annoyed by that. So right away, right off the jump, we're going to go ahead and use our resources and repower our weaponry.
Very well.
And our stats. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with some arcane, get our elemental powers up and our discovery of things up. And we'll go ahead over here. And we will use our insight now to get some more items from the store, particularly outfits-wise. So let's get the bone marrow ash armor, and we can sell that. And then we will also get... we'll go ahead and get... we'll get 1 living string, and we'll get 1 red jelly for resources. And now we'll sell those other items, the bone marrow ash. We'll sell the gemstones, obviously, first and foremost, because we don't really need these things. And these are basically just the generic gemstones you'll get for doing those otherwise extra hard enemies. But, I mean, that's what you will run into if you're not careful. So just bear that in mind. Follow my, do as I do. What's the saying? Do as I say, not as I do. So just don't go into that damn forest with all that insight, because that is what you're looking forward to, is a lot of ass whoopings. So here we are going to get out the Bone Ash Hunter, which is right here. We're going to sell that for 7,500. This for 15,000. Another 75, and another 75. And then we're going to head up here, resupply our resources that we used. Bone Marrow Ash, Molotovs, to name a few. There, we got 10. 1. 5. And that is it. Then we'll head over here and see what weapons we can upgrade, because we definitely want to upgrade our weapons, so fortify them. Go ahead and upgrade the church pick. That's one of my favorites, and I want to use it. And that's pretty much it. Until we get the other lost weapons, we won't be able to really do much with those. I guess we could upgrade the lost axe, but I'm not going to do that quite just yet. Now, where do we go from here? Well, I'm not sure if the path leading to the back of Old Yarnum is open to us yet, so let's go to Tomb of Odin. No. Let's go to the Cathedral Ward and see if that's open to us. We need that side pass that leads us to the Healing Church Workshop. That's the way we get into the back of Old Yarnum, I think. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Is it open? It is not. So, okay, obviously this path is going to be open, is going to be closed to us for a little while longer. I do not want to go into Old Yarnum. So instead, what we're going to do, much hastened ahead of schedule, is we're going to head to the Forbidden Woods. Essentially, you wouldn't do this until you got a considerable amount of time on your side to do this, but in this case, we're not going to do. We're gonna go right there. This will open up a couple of new quests and a couple of new avenues for us to explore. So. Big ugly bastard. Come on. So essentially, this is pretty much where you're going to basically just go way ahead of the scope. Essentially, a lot of your quest lines are going to remain uncompleted or inactive, largely until you get to the point of origin you want to be in. So in order for us to get to there, though, we're going to need to take advantage of the means of getting there. Obviously, these assholes are going to still want to fight, so let's get rid of them. We could also go to do the DLCs if we still wanted to, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. I don't want to do that until I get at least some of the quest lines started. So essentially, we'll go into that piece of business momentarily. First, let's get this church giant out of our way. Be mindful of the brain sucker that's over here lying in wait. Get rid of him. And the crow. There's also Quicksilver bullets. And then we're just going to head right back down to the point of the entry, which leads us to the Forbidden Woods. With a point getting out here, you'll essentially run into Alfred.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you?
What?
Well, that's most unfortunate. But If you have a change of heart, you know where to come. We are.
Now, essentially, this is where you're going to do things a little stupidly. I'm going to try to kill Alfred. Essentially, this is because he is part of the... I'm doing everything that's evil at this point, so essentially we're going to go ahead and take him out.
Just what is the meaning of this? Why turn your blade on me?
He essentially can't get out of it, so it's pretty much a dead issue. He's a dead man.
Regret this.
Now, by killing him, and you have the corruption rune, which is this Canehurst rune, we actually have access to getting blood dregs. And this only get blood dregs. You only get blood dregs if you kill hunters, humans. So, NPCs, questline characters, hunters in the actual world as enemies. This also includes, I believe, to the Chalice Dungeons, but essentially this only counts if you get those in that capacity. So essentially this is what you would get if you kill an enemy of that capacity. Upon dropping him, you'll get the Bold Hunter mark, and you'll also get the 3 fire paper he would offer you by default in that measure. So, and we also got a little bit of echoes from him as well. So essentially we have eliminated his quest line altogether by killing him. But it was a relevancy to the fact of basically what would happen if you did turn on him in that passing. Once you get to this door, use the password and open the door. I don't know why the hell you're sitting down. Inside, check the body, and you will get Madman's Knowledge. Let's go ahead and put our lantern on. And then we're going to head down. Basically, we're just proceeding forward with the due course of the quest line as usual, per usual. And this is essentially where it is going to take us. So, until we have opened up the path to the Healing Church's old shop, we will not be able to pursue that quest line with Durin. So, if you really want to get all of the unlockables, put a pin in it and come back to it later. And just basically descend the slope leading downward as we make our way to Bergenworth. Heading up here, obviously you will find a body with a twin bloodstone shard. Also, there will also be a beast huntsman here. We're going to lead him away because I don't want to get caught up in the oil spilling nonsense. Go ahead and finish him, and then we'll go up there and deal with this guy. That takes care of him. Grab the twin bloodstone shard, grab the pebble off the body, and then grab the blood vial off his body, and then we will continue with our sweep into the wood. But first, we'll get rid of this executioner in this particular area and get the items hidden inside the cave. In that case, we get 50 echoes, 50,000 echoes, 3 blood vials, and some Madman's Knowledge, and an Adept Blood Gemstone. Double back and return to the main course of the path. Deviate to your right, and then head down the slope to the lantern here. Over here on the body, we'll find the antidote. Obviously, if you recall, this is actually where the Confederate leader, what's his face? I forget. Basically, he is going to be in there waiting for us, but the door, again, is locked. So essentially what we need is a new path. In a sense, we're going to need to... dispatch the enemies, grab whatever resources they drop, including the quicksilver bullets, blood vials, grab the twin bloodstone shard over here, and then obviously be mindful of the trap here. Obviously I was trying to use it to take out one of the enemies, but unfortunately it missed. Over here you'll find another huntsman. Intercept him if you can, but if not, and he gets a hit, if you move quickly enough, you can use the rally to get your health back that he took off you. This asshole. He's obviously hitting me with oil urns, so essentially you want to be careful. Big damage from that oil urn from the fire. So grab the twin bloodstone shards, grab the blood vials of various innumerable in number here. Also come up the slope here to the stone, grab the thick cold blood, and then any resources that the dogs or some of the villagers may have dropped you want to basically go about here. Then make your way around. Obviously this will take us down to the drop where we don't want to be going. So essentially we want to go up. Before we go up, we're going to go back over here to this hidden path on the right, where we will find another nightmare, as well as some crows. On the nightmare, you'll find three twin bloodstone shards. Now we can double back and continue with our main line of our quest line. Dispatch the beast, the huntsman, twin bloodstone shard, and beast blood pellet. And then we will have thick cold blood, find the trap, and that will pretty much take care of that. Get out your torch, and we'll get ready to kill some dogs that are in cages still. Essentially making our job just a little bit easier. But before we do that, head over here and grab the quicksilver bullets off the body. And then here we will actually find Patches the Spider again, and he will give us the tonsil stone so we go to the Nightmare Frontier again. Another side quest area we can explore. But we'll do that later. Bump off these dogs as much as you can before any of them have the opportunity to escape. If you try to go over here and enter through this gate here, this asshole will shut the gate and essentially alert them of our threat. So that is essentially why you go the long way around, because evidently, before you even get a chance to go the short way, he shuts off the door. Which is okay. Go ahead and throw a stone. 2 easy kills. 2 little stones and it kills the crow. Head up the ladder and we'll grab that white church hunter outfit again. once we dispatch that, we're going to slide down the ladder now and head around and about once we get rid of these dogs. Obviously, I don't know if the enemy will hear that gunshot. I don't think so. But all the same, it doesn't look like it did, so out of our way by that. Go ahead and take him out and back, and then open up the gate again. Now, essentially here is where we will encounter our first snatcher, I hope. Nope, doesn't look like it. No snatcher. How peculiar. Here we'll get the beast roar, though, again. And essentially that will basically be something you can sell if you so wish to. So instead, now we'll go ahead and dispatch these enemies here.
This town's finished.
Jesus, I'm doing too good of a job. I mean, I'm having more echoes. I'm having more blood vials than I know what to do with. So I think we're going to have to switch this up a little bit. Let's go ahead and put on our Simon Bowblade and use up some of these blood vials if we can. Blood vials and Quicksilver bullets. What's the matter, boys? You mad? You can't get to me. You know you're doing too good of a job when you're actually literally having more resources than you know how to salvage. So... But it's okay. I'm not bitching. I love it. I think it's great. So once we dispatched all those enemies, we're going to head over here. We're going to drop down here, and we will grab the Molotov cocktails here off the body. Get our torch out. Start burning these guys. I think what I will do, though, is just for the sake of having fun, having a little bit of fun, I think I'm going to use the Chikage. Now, I really do wish I could use the Chikage more, but the damage of its poison effects draining my health is just too much. So I will definitely probably use it with minimal purpose. Come and get it. Now, we'll go in here. Actually, I think I'll... Instead of the Simon Bowblade, I'll pick up the Moonlight Sword.
This dance finished.
Inside here, obviously there's nothing, but I believe it's in the next house up that is where we'll find something. In here, we will find Beast Blood Pellet. Oh, and I forgot something up there. That was probably the other Blood Echoes or something I forgot. Okay, we'll get them later.
It's all your fault.
Over here on the body, grab the Pungent Blood Cocktail. Over here on this body, we have Blood Vials. I really love this weapon. It is one of my favorite weapons. I mean, you literally are like just... I legit feel like, I mean, if you're really... I think a lot of people would agree. I don't know, maybe it's just me, that this is probably one of the best weapons in the game. I know another one people would say is the best weapon in the game. Not to me, I don't think so, but to people who are looking for high-risk, high-reward playthroughs. Another one would be the Bloodletter, which, you know, for PvP, I think it would be a considerable weapon to have for PvP. But I don't think I would ever really do anything with it because I'm not big on high-risk, high-reward weapons by nature. I just think they're just incredibly risky, and perhaps too much so. But that's just, you know, my opinion on it, maybe. I mean, maybe it's a very biased opinion, but still. I don't know. I think it's one of those weapons you have to really kind of be weary of. If things go wrong, you know, you're going to pay a pretty hefty price for it. So, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The Bloodletter is a good weapon. The Chikaje is a good weapon. I know the Holy Moonlight Sword is definitely one of the best weapons in the game. I think it just really all boils down to what you prefer as your default playstyle or methodology of playing. Blood Vials there. Okay. I think... trying to find where that one... I think it was past this thing here. Yep. Quicksilver. Fuck it. I'm not worried about it. I'll move on. So once we get everything we need in this particular vicinity, we're gonna head on through our next quest line, which is gonna take us further into the Chalice not the Chalice Dungeon, but further into the wood. We'll get to the Chalice Dungeon here eventually. I do want to get to that. Go ahead and Visceral attack the Huntsman, get the Blood Vials, get the Twin Bloodstone Shards, head through this passage on the right through this cave. Inside you'll find more Twin Bloodstone Shards, you'll find another Twin Bloodstone Shard, you'll open the gate from the other side, which now gives you access to this tunnel as a shortcut, pungent blood cocktails, and a path back. So we don't have to go through all the nonsense of navigating all that. And then we're going to make our way avoid the cannon fire.
Away! Away! Cursed beasts.
Make our way over here. Smash down this crevice over here. Obviously, there'll be some hidden paths here. Items we can acquire. Mainly the blood vials here in this corridor. We could have taken this route before, but I decided I wanted to get rid of some of my quicksilver bullets in that capacity, so I immediately just went right across from there. So, heading up here by rushing up on the gate. And then that will be that for him. Obviously, here's our beast band, our huntsman. More blood vials, and more beast blood pellet. So, enter that. We're gonna head over here, dispatch these enemies.
Away!
And then pretty much we'll go about getting ourselves to our next destination, which will be this tower here, where we found the beast, the man who's actually a beast in disguise. So we got a twin bloodstone shard here and a porn beast, more accurately, to be more accurate. So once we get here, obviously we'll have one of those little snake heads pretty much walking down there. We're going to bypass him, ignore him, walk around, and head out this window here. Drop down. Ahead of us down below, obviously, will be the School of Bergenworth. In the distance over there, that's where we're going. Obviously, like we said before, that has pretty much always been our destination. The beast will be another huntsman will be over here. We're going to intercept him. Grab the twin bloodstone shard off of him, and then climb the ladder, heading up to the top of the tower. And obviously we're going to do another roundabout because we're going to grab that cannon that's actually there as well, because all the weapons have been replaced. That's another opportunity for us to get some easy money. Easy echoes. We'll take advantage of it. So head over here, drop down, grab the cannon, and then we'll run it again. So once we've gotten through that part, we're going to head across, just like we did in the first playthrough. Basically, just make our way across these gears up here, grab the poison knife off the body, which we already have plenty of. And instead over here, we're going to head over here, grab the poison knife off this body, but we're not going to use them, because over here, we're going to talk to this man, and he's going to ask if we want safe havens. Now, in this instance, we're going to tell him to go to Yosefka's clinic, where she will experiment on him and turn him into one of her little freak shows. So,
oh, you give me hope. Take this.
And he will give you some pungent blood cocktail. So that will basically end his quest line and effectively open us up to open Yosefka into having another resource opportunity to explore for research. So drop down here, and we're gonna head over there, and we're gonna take down that snake that snake head. So just walk up right behind him, real gradual like, and then we're gonna do a visceral attack on him and get him out of our way. Bam, bam, bam. Obviously that won't finish him, so see if you can get a second one, in which we will. We will get Madman's Knowledge and Blood Vials from him. And then we're going to head out the way we came. And before we go too far, be sure to check around the trees. I don't remember if there was something there or not. I'm glad there isn't, thankfully, so. But head across and we'll intercept him. Easy visceral. And then we will get a Tempering Blood Gemstone as well as 13,000 echoes. Now, we could proceed further into the wood. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go up. Further up the hill. Grab the Twin Bloodstone Shard off his body. And then we take the elevator up to Walter. That's his name. I remember his name now. Couldn't remember it earlier. I remember it now. So right there, we obviously got Antidote. We don't need it. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to kill Walter. So essentially, this is important because you get another piece of equipment from him that you can't get from him if you did it straight up. So go ahead and kill him with a visceral attack.
You scoff at the League. Then you are yourself a beast. Defiled mess. Rotten flesh. When you are dead, your red blood will curdle with vermin.
Oh no! No! Oh, I'm gonna enjoy killing his ass. I should have opened the damn gate. That's what I should have did before I even engaged him. I didn't even think about it. God damn it. I didn't think. I did not think. Shit. Now I gotta rush all the way back, so. Damn it. That's what I get for being stupid. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get back there, and I'll get my goods. I'll just rush past all these enemies. Just rush past them all. I actually got too greedy. I got too cocky for my own good. Oh, hello. So we're going to run back there and we're going to engage Walter again. And this time we're going to do it and we're going to do it right. Of course, he probably will engage us directly on site since we engaged him. So he may attack us on site the second we arrive. So just be prepared for that. And now we're going to take this little shortcut here. Obviously, I said you're not supposed to go this way because this is why. But essentially, since we're pretty much making up for lost time, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to head through this passage over here. Obviously, this door is locked. We have unlocked it. We have a new access point back. And we're going to head all the way back. We're going to rush all the way back. Ignore the gunfire. Ignore the cannon fire. Oh, you was a smarty ass, ain't you, boy? Come here. Dickhead. So essentially, we have made our way back to our core point of our entry, which is where we want to be. We're gonna ignore the snake pit head asshole. We'll get rid of this guy though. And we'll get the blood vials. And now we'll go up and make good on our little takedown plan for this asshole. I'm definitely going to open the gate though, because I definitely don't want to have a repeat of that nonsense. That was ass. I can't believe I made that mistake. I actually thought I would actually get him. I actually did get him one time, just like that, but I guess this time luck was not on my side. So head up the ladder, elevator, and let's open that door first. Oh, damn, he made me jump. Gotcha, boy. I'm ready for you this time. Gotta be careful. I may not be a beast, but apparently that thing hurts me like I'm one. Bye.
Time is done. Glory to
And with that, you get a blood dreg for taking him down, but you also get the one-eyed helm, which is specific only to him. And now it looks like this asshole decides to show up. He wants to pick a fight. Okay. Come on, homie. Ooh. That's a nasty one. Goodbye. 2 for 2. And with that, we get the Madras Whistle again, and we also get the Blood Dreg again. So essentially, we have gotten the benefit of those two things collectively as a whole. And we got our Echoes back. So, bang, bang. Very happy. So once we go ahead and get those pieces of business, we're going to head back to the Hunter's Dream now. Essentially for relevancy of the fact that we actually sent a new patient to Yusefka, so we're going to want to go pay a visit to Yusefka's clinic just to make sure that he got there in one piece. So once we get here, let's go ahead and use our echoes before we lose them.
Good hunter. What is it you desire?
Oh, what the hell?
Welcome. What? Very well.
So we'll go ahead and give our vitality an increase. And we'll head down to the first floor sick room to Yusefka's clinic. So we will go ahead and get ourselves up the stairs and talk to Yusefka.
Oh, hello. He's safe with me now. I'm thrilled to have another. Here you are.
She will give you 2 beast blood pellet as well as 1
What
insight.
would I ever do without you? You're really making a difference.
So essentially, he has pretty much been turned into one of her little experiments. And that is pretty much that. Now, what we will do is we will go with the next quest line. I'm going to go back to the Cathedral Ward and see if maybe a little bit of our exploration into the Forbidden Woods has opened up a new path. So let's go back to Cathedral Ward and just check and make sure. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to happen, but it's worth a look. So I can't remember exactly when the timing is that they actually open up the path, but the path forward, but that's essentially what's going to happen. So evidently, no, that's not going to happen there. So we're basically just going to continue with you know, I really don't want to do this, but essentially we need to do that. We need to kill the Guardian here, so I feel like such an asshole, but the reason why we have to kill him is we get the Formless Odin rune. Now, the Formless Odin rune essentially will give us, obviously we got the 2 Quicksilver bullets here, we have the 3 Quicksilver bullets from him, and then we have the 4. So essentially that is the real purpose of why we want to take him down. Not really particularly happy about doing that, but we don't have to do it again, thankfully. So we only have to do it the one time. So unless you're an asshole and you enjoy doing that kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the Forbidden Woods. So upon arriving here, we're immediately, instead of going into the other adventure of the area, we're going to go into the other path, basically to get ourselves deeper into the Forbidden Woods. So we're essentially going to change up a few things here. Number one, we're going to need some poison protection, and we're going to need medicine, and we're going to keep a lot of these other things essentially because of the simple fact that they will be a benefit to us in the long term. But we will use a lot of our resources just to sort of make room for new resources. And I'll probably go as far as probably the Shadows of Yharnam, and then I will go and see about getting to the other stage of effect with the threat of the Chalice Dungeon. Excuse me, had a brain fart there. We'll go ahead and get the rifle spear ready, and yeah, we'll go from there. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do the rifle spear first, and we'll head down. Oh, let's go ahead and get our. Let's not use poison knives yet. Let's go ahead and use coins. Yeah, because we want some. We want to navigate our way out. We don't want to get lost, so we're going to use a couple coins to show where we've been and where we haven't been. So essentially down here, behind this stone here, will be some Frenzy Cold Blood. Pay attention to the sides for that. That's about 2,000 echoes there. In here, some more shining coins. And this is pretty much going to be just basically like we did the first time. Basically just navigate the woods, be careful, mindful, check your surroundings, and listen. Twin bloodstone shards. Murky gem blood gemstone. Obviously we can hear there's an executioner above us, so we're gonna go get him. That's easy echoes for us. Get him, we have to jump that gap right there. So we're gonna head up here to the slope and go down over here and immediately run and leap across the gap and follow the path on the upper cliff side. He's behind that tree to your right, so we're gonna... Oh, no, there he is right there. I didn't even see him. He must have heard me running. It doesn't matter. Easy attack. This one. And a finish. 50,000 for us. And some twin bloodstone shards. Grab the resources off the trees, the bodies by the trees, a twin bloodstone shard. Over here behind this gravestone, another 2 twin bloodstone shards. Heading further down this path here, obviously this is pretty much a path that we've already navigated, so we're going to leave some coins to show, yeah, we've been here. And that will show us that this is obviously we've been here, so... So yeah, go back around, check up and around the trees on the path. Obviously, sometimes it'll be important to really just do that, just to be sure. You don't want to leave anything behind. I mean, even a little bit of insight will be a benefit to you, especially if you can call for help in a tough spot with your bell ringing abilities. Over here, tucked away in this tree, you'll find another twin bloodstone shard, obviously guarded by another one of these little bug assholes, snake assholes. Get them out of your way. I'm walking slow so that I can hear, but also so I can watch for any movement in the grass. That's how I usually spot them. Another 2 twin bloodstone shards. Obviously, we can hear the Celestials emissaries that are like below us in that little crevice. We'll get down there and deal with them soon enough. I basically just want to take a quick minute to like look around the upper areas. Obviously, we still have other areas up here we haven't really fully explored yet. Over here on this tree here, up behind this one, you'll find more thick cold blood. And then back here, where we found another rune, you'll find some Madman's Knowledge. A lot of your runes that you collected up here will essentially be replaced by either Madman's Knowledge or Kin Cold Blood. I'm kind of personally glad about the Madman's Knowledge because I definitely could use more of it, especially in the future when I decide to buy blood rocks and stuff. So essentially here we have another one of those damn snake heads. Grab the twin bloodstone shards off his body. Just look around, make sure there's nothing else lying in his behind the trees, rocks, whatever. Mind your footing so you don't run off the goddamn cliff. Bloodstone shard. And I believe this is actually where we originally parted across the path leading away. So essentially this is pretty much where we ultimately would have deviated in that direction. Obviously over here we have a tree branch we'll take across so we don't have to go the whole long way around. So we're taking our way down here. Obviously, this is where the the giant snake pits, snake balls basically are, the big jumbo-sized ones. They're in this little alcove over here. We're going to dispatch them, but I want to get into a good position where I can do that. Obviously, there's one of them right there, but the two that I'm talking about are right in here, hidden in this little alcove. So we're going to take advantage of that by getting some of these bone marrow ash and just whittling them down. And that's it. Easy. Twin Bloodstone Shards, Murky Blood Gemstone, another Twin Bloodstone Shards, another Murky Blood Gemstone, some Madman's Knowledge. So we've got some good resource burning. We're going. I'm actually kind of glad I'm using some of these resources up because it'll free up my inventory. I had to leave behind a lot of resources that I didn't want to leave behind. So now we can equip ourselves with those poison knives. Maybe use them for probably we'll use them for the Shadows of Yharnam. But after we've dispatched those guys, we're gonna head up here to this slope up here. Obviously, there's resources up here, as well as more threats in the form of these guys, so we're going to deal with them. Come here, buddy. Get him out of the way. That takes care of him. We got some blood vials. Bloodstone chunks and some blood vials. Beautiful. Get some blood bullets, use those, and then head up the slope again just to make sure we didn't miss anything. I think this is pretty much the path where we took down those bunch of snake pits. Yep. So we pretty much can make our way down now. Now, up that slope is basically where it's going to take us to is our next goal. But before we do that, I want to get rid of this pig here. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to sneak up over here, and we're going to make our way across. Obviously this means we're going to need to get down to the trench where we actually had that area where we occupied all those celestial emissaries. So essentially we'll be dealing with them. But let's get rid of this pig first. Some blood vials and 26,000 echoes. Obviously we can hear there's another one of those snake pit enemies down there. Can't go back there, so that's obviously. Head over this point here. Looks like that is essentially where we're going, but over here we have the Graveguard robe and the Graveguard manchettes and the kilt. Obviously up there is the Graveguard's hood, so we want to get up there and get that. So we're going to need to get back up the hill and get around the side to get on that hill, to get up there to jump across and grab that item. So head up the hill just like we did originally before, and we're going to basically do the same thing for pitch. So essentially this is our jump point. This is where we need to jump. So get yourself a running start and then head for that little gap there and jump. And you make it. Then head over here, grab the Graveguard hood. That's another item we can sell for some echoes. And then obviously we want to get through these threats of enemies here. Get rid of them. You get some easy echoes, blood vials, and gemstones. Now here is pretty much where it gets a little bit confusing. So essentially, basically, you just want to start leaving coins where you know you've been. So we'll go back to where we originally were, and we'll leave some coins showing that, yeah, we went this way. So it'll pretty much be evident, especially with the body laying there. So, but let's say for argument's sake that we haven't been here, and we essentially want to be back here. But essentially what we want to do is get up here. And this is essentially where we killed the pig originally, but we want to get up here because I want to get it back across this bridge, this makeshift log, and basically just find my way back to. Actually, this is not. Alright, I was going the right way. I don't know what the hell I did there. So essentially, go over here. Obviously, we got a pig below us. By the tree, we have twin bloodstone shards. Ignore the pig because we are essentially going away from his direction. This will lead us up and around. I don't want to go that way. Instead, I want to go through this little passage over here. And then when I'm through this passage, then I want to come back here. But I want to get to where those celestial emissaries are. That's where I want to go. So let's go ahead and swip out our sauce spear with our Tantris. Get that lightning power we need. On the body, where there's a rune, you'll find a Madman's Knowledge. Over here, let's get rid of these guys quickly. So they can't use their magic. Grab the Madman's Knowledge, and then immediately engage the other Celestial Emissaries that attempt to follow up on them. Walk quietly behind him, see if we can get a backstab on him. Easy. Grab the Madman's Knowledge off the body, grab the Tempering Blood Gemstone off that body, and then intercept the other Celestial, the last Celestial, and get him. And that will take care of him. Then head over here, off the body, grab the Madman's Knowledge, and our business is done in this little area. Then we're going to double back the way we came, past all these little mushroom men. We won't need this Tantris anymore. Let's go ahead and put the Saw Spear back on our person. Beasts are the name of the game, and essentially, if I end up running into a beast of any sort, I definitely want to have that weapon more in my favor than the other. So down here, as we approach, obviously we will have this will lead us to the Shadows of Yharnam, but I don't want to go that way. What I do want to do is head up this slope here, which will take me to the second elevator and provide me with another shortcut. So let's get this guy out of our way. And he'll give us a sharp gemstone as well as 13,000 blood echoes. Over here, I don't think there is anything we need to collect up here. I don't believe so. As far as material wise, so just jump right on the elevator. And essentially we'll go ahead and get some easy dick. So once we got through, we're basically just right back to where we originally were. I'm only doing this specifically for the sake of it being an opportunity to get some easy echoes. You can never say no to good echoes. So once we've pretty much made our way back here, now we're going to basically retrace our steps all the way back to essentially what we were originally doing, essentially making our way through the Forbidden Wood. Obviously, we don't really have much in the way of threats anymore. That is evident. So what we're going to basically do is just take a quick last scan through the area for any threats, any items, anything of value that we potentially may have missed or overlooked in our scour. The woods can be very labyrinthian and very confusing, especially if you don't really know the layout of the area at its heart. So as you can, I just heard a snake enemy, so I'm gonna take a moment to look up here. Where are you? I heard your ass. There you are. See? Bang. Now after that, we're going to head down the slope, bypass the burning horse. And and that might actually help too, is if you pretty much in your own mind, like things you would probably recognize in terms of identifiable markers. So obviously there was a burning horse there. Obviously this is where we killed the pig. Over here, obviously, we have the other giant snake pit enemy. I'm not sure if these guys are affected by poison. We're going to find out. Alright, that takes care of him. Murky Blood Gemstone. Obviously we can hear there's a pig, so obviously there's another... We're coming up on our entry point. Here's another area. Now we're in territory we didn't exactly get around to looking at. So we'll take advantage of this by just taking the time to look through here. Obviously, here we go. More Frenzy Cold Blood. Another snake pit. Here's our path that we took initially before. Now, this will take us to our little man-eating pig enemy, I believe. Hopefully he doesn't see us. He does. Which is okay. Because we got a visceral effect. Now, upon dispatching the pig, now we'll head into this underhook of this tree root, where we have several of these corpses. Now, it's very peculiar because these guys are not affected by oil, but they must be covered in oil. They must be very oily bodies because they're clearly taking a lot more damage from the torch than they would be if this place was oil. I don't see an oil icon, so clearly this water is not oily. So they must be covered in oil naturally. Coming up here. I essentially want to wait for the pig to walk away. tried to do that charge attack, and I managed to avoid it, and he did some damage to himself because he ran into the fire when he was making the roundabout, trying to reacquire a target. So after we did with the corpses, grabbed the gemstone off the body. I do think there was another thing I was supposed to grab, but I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it'll come to me. Oh, I think I remember now. Here's the path that leads you to the Shadows of Yharnam, but instead of going left, we're going to go right up here, because essentially there's going to be some things up here we can grab. I don't know if this door locks from this side or the other side. This side. So, that's benefit for us. Go ahead and visceral attack Snake Pit Head. Grab the Madman's Knowledge, grab the Tempering Blood Gemstone. Obviously up here is the slope, which will lead us up and out of here to another item out of our reach. I'm not sure if this is or isn't. I can't recall. See if I can jump across there. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, so obviously that is not a... There's something here. I could have sworn there was something here I was supposed to grab. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Let me go up here. I think it's a path that leads up and around, I believe. So I'm going to take a look up here. I can't really call. I think I already grabbed it. Did I? Damn, I can't remember. I could have sworn there was something up here I had to grab. I just can't remember. It doesn't really matter, because over here is basically your drop point where basically this will lead you into the side area, but the door would have been locked regardless, so essentially it's pretty much just a dead end. But it doesn't really matter. We got what we needed. If there's anything else here, I'm sure you guys will find it before I do. I think I've covered pretty much everything, but the Forbidden Woods is kind of tricky to navigate and keep tabs on absolutely everything. So essentially, we're just going to get right into the threats of getting with the Shadows of Yharnam. So get your poison knives ready, and let's and swap out get your fire paper ready, and we'll take care of business. Oh, hello. That woke me up. Wasted a fucking... Wasted it. Come on, buddy. Oh, he's gonna keep calling for those fuckers. Oh! Oh, no, you don't. Whew. Nasty. They were very nasty. So, but we got through them, so that's a plus. So I was going to stop here, but I think since we're so close to the School of Bergenworth, we're just going to shoot right there, and open that up to the next area. So just bear with me a moment here. I just got to get my wits about me. Okay, here's our way out. Let's get our sedatives handy, because these assholes with their little crazed madness-inducing powers, these bug boys... Get rid of them. So essentially we've taken care of them. Over here on the left we have more Madman's Knowledge. And then here we are at the School of Bergenworth, which we will light the lantern and head back to the Hunter's Dream. So now, I think what we'll do is we'll go straight into the Chalice Dungeon. I'll make a quick stop at Cathedral Ward, though, because I want to see if that path is opened up yet. I don't think it has, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get our power used up, though, with the doll.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What?
So, go ahead and use your echoes and get some power for your trouble. We'll go ahead and use Arcane to improve our arcane energies a little bit. We'll go ahead and use all those blood echoes we've acquired that we haven't used yet. We got 19 insight we will also use. So go ahead and use it all. Get yourself situated nice and comfortably. I think we should be able to get another level if we're lucky, maybe. So let's see. I wanted to use more than that. And then we'll go over here and sell those weapons we got. So obviously we got a couple things here. As a matter of fact, we're going to sell a couple of these items. We're going to sell the Madras Whistle. We're going to get the other ones out of our storage. So let's sell the Madras Whistle. Let's sell the Beast Roar. Let's sell... Got other items here we can sell. We can sell the monoculars. We'll just unequip it. And what else can we sell? We'll sell our weapon. We'll sell the cannon. Obviously, that's 9,000 right there. We could sell that. And we'll sell the outfit of the Gravedigger, the Grave Guard. And we'll also sell a couple of these ugly little meaningless gemstones, blood gemstones that we don't need. Okay, we should have enough for another level up. Let's see.
Welcome, very well. Let the echoes become your strength.
Thank you, milady.
Let me.
Yep, we do. So we're gonna go ahead and level up our arcane one more level, bringing it to 50. And then we're gonna go up here and repair our weapons. And they all saw some action, didn't they? We'll go ahead and empower our Lost Hunter Axe, get some of those Bloodstone Shards used up. Twin Bloodstone Shards, we could empower our Burial Blade, and the Blade of Mercy, and the Simon Bow Blade, and the Rakoyo. So, and I think we'll go ahead and improve maybe our Repeating Pistol, and that'll be that. That's good for us. So let's go ahead and resupply. Let's get all those resources out of there that we had originally that we weren't going to take out. So Monocular, the Beast Roar, the Madras Whistle, and then we're going to resupply ourselves with the resources we used up. Some blood bullets, and let's get into it. Let's go ahead and first we'll head to Cathedral Ward and see where that takes us. Maybe our door is opened up now that we've reached Bergenworth. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but we'll see. I don't think we ever get to open that path until we get to the tail end of opening up the Yargul Unseen Village. And if that's the case, it means we have to progress further ahead. If we do that, there is one thing that is going to be an unfortunate circumstance. We will not be able to rescue the church nun, healing church worshipper, Adriana, Liliana. I don't remember her name is. So obviously the path to the healing church is not open to us yet. So obviously that's going to be a foregone conclusion. So we're going to double back. And we'll head to we'll go to the Chalice Dungeon. So, essentially the last time we played, we left off with a few of these Chalice Dungeons. So I think the biggest one we're going to contend with is the Tumerian Ill Chalice Dungeon. This is the one that is still relatively new to us, and it's one of the more powerful and difficult Chalice Dungeons. We still have probably a couple more layers to navigate, so we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. And then maybe if we have, hopefully we can do that by the time we finish that, that'll pretty much conclude the stream for tonight. So let's cross our fingers. I may pick up another stream, I'm not sure. Depends on how I feel. So obviously down here is where we took down the bloodletting beast, which was infected by a parasite. So essentially what we're going to do now is basically continue with our navigation into the Chalice Dungeon. Let's get our equipment lineup, though, laid out nice and orderly with a monocular, the flame paper. Maybe we'll do some rope molotovs and some stones. And we'll go from there. So immediately board the elevator and head down. Entering the third Chalice Dungeon lair, to our left will be a side area. We will enter that and explore that now. We got a messenger bath. Very nice. That's a benefit for us. Over here, we'll have a ghoulie with a lantern, so let's get ready to intercept him. Visceral attack. He'll give us some echoes, and we can use on that messenger bath because we don't really have a lot of echoes in our favor. We spent most of them, but we will take advantage of these 2 kin cold bloods that we actually have here. So we'll open those up and use those. About 40,000 echoes, easy. So head over here to the messenger bath and let's see what we can get. Immediately, you'll see that you have the Sinister Thumerian Ill Root Chalice. So immediately purchase that. That is now in your possession. And then we will proceed navigating this upper area first before we descend the ladder back there. Obviously, there is a ghoulie in front of us. We'll dispatch him. Get him set up for a visceral. Finish him. So obviously below us we can hear there is activity, so there's probably some ghoulies. Obviously this is going to be an upper catwalk area. Heading out here, we're going to take a survey of the surroundings. Obviously we're going to have a ghoulie with a rifle, a watchman. Looks like we got some more of those little centipede little freak shows that disappear when you kill them. As well as another ghoulie over there, another ghoulie there, a nightmare in the center. A lot of these guys are basically going to be potential threats. So we're going to need, in this case, we're going to need some bone marrow ash. Do some serious damage with our gun because we need a serious kill shot. I don't think we got any. Wow. Okay. Looks like we're on our own until we get back to the base of the Hunter's Dream. What do we have over there? In the distance, I see something. There's obviously a resource over there. We're gonna grab that. Quicksilver bullets. In the distance, another ghoulie. We're gonna switch out our weapon though. We're gonna go with the piercing rifle, just for an yeah, no, we'll keep the Evelyn. The piercing rifle doesn't have its power upgraded enough yet. Eventually, the piercing rifle will become more powerful than the Evelyn, and essentially that will be a benefit to me because I will be able to get more of a damage effect on those enemies. Get the ghoulie before he gets you. Alright, Quicksilver bullets for our friend the ghoulie. And another one of these chunky fuckers that is going to be a pain in my ass, so... Alright, we're going to need to be careful here. Get these guys to lure these guys away, see if we can get them to come away from him. Get his attention. If you get them on the stairs, try to get parallel with them on the stairs. Otherwise, you won't do the visceral attack. If you're too low, if they're too low or too high, it won't work. Get yourself at a level where you can actually do the attack successfully. Oh, that's good. Come on. Ah! Man, that's terrible timing. That guy couldn't send that rating a little sooner. He would have healed me just as soon as I got that huge hit. But don't get all shy now, guy. Oh, you serious? Wow. Wow. That was so fucking cheap, bro. That was cheap as shit. That was $5 trees. Okay? That was Dollar Tree cheap. That was Temu cheap. Motherfucker. That was, my desk is made of cardboard because I'm a broke ass bum cheap. I'm gonna fuck his fat ass up. Oh, I fucking hate that shit. It's like cheap kills like that. Oh, they get under my fucking skin so bad. I hate shit like that. It really does. It gets under my fucking skin. I would have more respect for the loss if it was a legit outclassing of power and timing. But that was horse shit. That was horse shit of the highest order. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That was horse shit. Cheap son of a bitch. But I'm ready for him now. I'm gonna get every one of his butt buddies. Come on, numbnuts, come get me. Give me back my goddamn echoes, you fucking runt. See, this is the shit that sucks, is they all stay in the back. They all stay in the back. So, like, it is impossible to get them to come forward because it's like they're all, like, hiding in the back and shit. It's like, oh, you want to be a chicken shit now, huh? Stop playing games. Come and get me. Stop playing games. Wow, look at that. Will you look at that? Fucker. Bonsai, drop your fat ass somewhere else. You're not doing it to me. You almost got me killed. Look, do you see all that damage he did? Look at that. That's sick. That's sick. Inside the coffin, you'll find some yellow bones, so that's good. Fucking chicken shit. On the body, some quicksilver bullets and some Great One cold blood. We'll go ahead and save that. We're not going to use that right now. Over here, looks like that was our way in. That's the way we came in. So now we just got to navigate our way down there and make the good of those resources that are there. So once we dispatched this ghoulie, grab the quicksilver bullets off him, and then let's make our way around. Obviously, we're taking the opposite way around this area, just to navigate and make sure there's no other hidden items like more Great One cold blood or other enemies with resources we can harvest. And then basically we'll make our way down that ladder to that central chamber where the messenger bath was, and we'll find our way down there, and we'll start picking off those guys down below. Grab out your torch so you can see what the hell you're doing. Eyes open. And here we go. Hi, buddy. Go ahead and get some blood bullets. And then heal yourself. Get some blood vials. Get our saw cleaver out to torch this enemy here. We'll take our time dispatching these guys. Here's one. That's him. Now we'll do the next one. Be mindful of the these little centipede enemies. They may actually see you. That's two. And then we'll walk over here and we'll backstab this chunky monkey. With striking damp blood gem, the body will find some bold hunter mark. And now we'll make our way down. Now, essentially, we could very well use our Tantras, which I think I will try to see how much damage it does. I don't know if it'll do much in the way of damage, but I will. They are kin enemies, so they must be susceptible to lightning, just as any other enemy. That's a few shots, and that's all it took. So, that's a good thing. One, two. 1-2. Obviously, we have dogs down here, so we'll deal with these enemies first. Don't think I really need this anymore, so I'll just grab the saw spear and I'll get these other guys here. I was saving to grab those Quicksilver bullets in the event that I would need them. Obviously, I can't get that resource now because her stupid head was in the wall, and I killed her, and her head just drops in the wall. So, obviously, that's out of reach now. Got some blood vials. Now we'll head underneath. Obviously, there's some more over there, but I want to look underneath this area beneath here and see what's under here, if there is anything worth grabbing. Doesn't look like it. Does look like we got one of these little things here. Alright, well those guys obviously almost got me, so I'm gonna take to the high ground and see if I can't get a shot on their heads from up here so I can avoid their goddamn attacks, because I hate the way that they could just reach and swipe and smack us around and somehow or another we're just completely vulnerable to it. Alright, 2 for 2. That's good. I saw a tunnel entrance back a bit over here. We're gonna check that out, see what's inside there. But I want to be careful. Oh, doesn't look like there's anything, just a dead end and some blood vials. But I'll take advantage of that and use the blood bullets. think they're... Not sure if there's any other passages. I'll take a quick run around just to make sure. I don't think so. Nope, but that is our way out, so we gotta go back up. I'm pretty sure the minute I do go back up, because there's so many ghoulies lying around here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a few blood lickers. I'm almost guaranteeing it. So, we'll see what we get. So, return, a matter of fact, just to be sure, just to be safe, I'm gonna have I'm gonna go ahead and equip my Holy Moonlight Sword for the job. Ah, I rest my case. There we go. There's one right above us. So let's go ahead up here very slow and see if we can get the drop on her. I doubt it. She's probably facing our direction. Nope, she's not. She's facing away from us. That's how fortuitous for us. So we're gonna just walk right up, do a quick heavy attack, and then another, and that'll knock her on her ass. Then just finish her with another one. A bit more of a betterment than what we got originally with the Ludwig Holy Sword. So out here, we're gonna look down there. Do we have any blood lickers yet? I don't think so. Pretty sure if I go back and check on Fatty, who tried to belly flop my ass to death, or bonsai drop my ass to death, I should say, he'll probably have a blood licker of his own. Yep. He's got one. The ghoulie there, he's got one. So we'll go ahead and get this one. And doesn't look like Fat Boy's got one, so that's a good thing for us. So essentially, that's essentially the scope of that is basically that. Essentially, when you have ghoulies, they are prone to getting a lot of those freak shows to appear. So I'm pretty sure we will have a few at some point, but at this present moment, it doesn't look like there's really much of any, just those two. But I'm pretty sure if I go further ahead with the Chalice Dungeon and I navigate back here, there'll be some. Mark my words. So let's head back to the main chamber. We'll just head back. I will not take a deviation here until I feel the need to. Because I just don't see the sense of lingering around for 20,000 echoes. I mean, unless I drop me a really good blood gemstone. So I'll come back here maybe, but I'm not going to do it right now. So let's get on with let's get on with the main dungeon layer 3. Check for any hidden passages. There's a ghoulie digging away somewhere. Here we have an old hunter bell. There's a ghoulie right below us. The gate leading out of here is directly ahead of us, so let's go down the ladder. Let's do it quietly. This poor sucker, Oh. Now what do we got ahead of us? Looks like I see scorpions. I'm being cautious because I don't want to deal with any hunters yet. There's one right there. got another old hunter bell we could read in here. Madman Waller. Now I've noticed something. Blue bells seem to signify like a magical enemy, support enemy. Red seem to signify as like a DPS or a strength damage enemy. I've noticed that. If you haven't noticed that, I'm not sure if I'm overseeing things or if I'm reading more into them. Bye-bye. And what did we get for him? 78,000 echoes. And a poor man's blood gem. Obviously, the little nightmare that was here, he got away. So we'll come back. I really want to go back and take a look. Before I exit the game, I want to go back and take a look and make sure. Because I am going to use the cheese move to get that nightmare back. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is bad, this is really bad, this is really bad. Oh, that was scary. That made my heart stop a little bit. I did not expect ghoulies. I did not expect 2 fucking blood lickers to be that close in this tight little tunnel. That scared the shit out of me. Son of a bitch! That tripped me the fuck out. I did not think that they would port that fast. I just came from an area where they were not porting at all, just about. And I come back through the tunnel I just left like not 10 steps ago, and literally there's 2 of them right in the fucking tunnel. That scared the shit out of me. Let's get back here and see if there's any fucking guys here so I can get back to the business at hand. Because I want to get as much echoes as I can, but I also want to get the opportunity of seeing if I can get some more blood gemstones, specifically the ones that are like that. Okay, so we do got a couple here. Oh, we got 4. Let's fucking go. 5. You can see that one over there down in the corner. That's fucking awesome. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have a little fun. You know, 6? Jesus Christ, man. 6 of them. I knew if I went a little further, some would port, but I didn't expect this fucking many. I may need to keep this Chalice Dungeon open so I can farm for these guys' echoes, but also I can get some powerful blood gemstones. So... level 5s are good, but I want level 6s. I want at least a level 6. The best one you can probably get is level 6 with Cursed. Let's go in here. Did Fatty get one? No, he didn't get one. He must be sad. He's not getting sucked up. He's not getting sucked up. Alright, so in order to get those guys, I've got to go back to that main chamber. You can hear him like slurping it up. Like, yeah, like a straw. Yeah, that bears in mind that, you know, we can actually rerun all those optional boss battles. The Blood-Starved Beast. the Nightmare Frontier with the Amidala, the Castle Canehurst with Martyr Ligarius. So we can pretty much run all those things over. Every time when you complete New Game Plus, all the enemies, including the optional ones, report. So that gives you ripe opportunities to get easy echoes each and every time when you want to do it. So come here, baby. Ooh, a damp blood tinged gemstone. Now that's new. I don't think I've ever gotten one of those before. That is new. Oh, hello. Oh, hi, baby girl. Sorry, but you can't drink anymore. Fucking tried to do my upward slash to knock her on her ass, and it kept hitting the ground. Okay, I guess. That's a new one on me. I'm not sure if that's. I'm pretty sure that's all of them now. I guess so. All right, now we can get back on task. Head back to where we took down that little asshole hunter, and then we can see about getting that nightmare that got away from us. Man, that's crazy. 6 of them. 6 of them in one fucking place. I've never encountered 2 in the tunnel. I've encountered 1 in the tunnel, but not 2. That made my heart skip a beat. So we'll head up the ladder and double back the way we came. 1.2 million. Almost a 1.25 of a million right there of echoes we got to get rid of. Every time I get really big numbers like that, it makes me stupid fucking nervous that I'm going to end up getting killed and losing them, which I've lost. I think the worst I've lost was probably, I want to say, like 6 million at some point. And it was obviously a cursed, rotted, and fetid Chalice Dungeon, and it was just it was sick. It was so fucking sick. So with that pretty much being in our position, we're gonna head back to we're gonna exit the game, come back, use the cheese trick to basically get these assholes to spawn in. And by getting them to spawn in, we can actually get the opportunity to get that business in order. Scoozy. He poured it in again. And we got Tempering Blood Gemstone, which is good. I'll take it. Come on, Scorpion boy. Come on. Do I have any stones in my inventory? I don't think so. I think I used my stones up. Oh wow, we got a guardian with a flaming sword and a shield, and we got another guardian with a flaming sword. All right, let's see if we can get these guys' attention. I definitely want to do poison knives if I can. See if I can weaken them a little bit. Come on, bring that shit. There we go. Dead. 64,000 echoes, man. Look at that shit. Let's go. Now this one is going to be dangerous. Poison knives are great against these guys if you want to soften them up. Another 64,000. Heavy Curse Damn Blood Gem. In the corner, some blood vials. We'll go ahead and use one of them to get some blood bullets. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we'll take this ladder up and see where this takes us. Great One's wisdom. I'm moving very fucking carefully here because I don't like it when I don't see nothing up there. It's usually a good indicator of like there's something lying away. Obviously it's a watchman, I can hear him. So it's not terribly a threat, but that doesn't mean shit. So I'm going to work my way around to his rear. Easy. I do not like blind spots like that. They make me fucking nervous. 92,000 for that one. Almost 100,000 echoes right there just for this fatty. What the fuck is that? Sounds like a ghoulie. Ah, more liquors. Not taking them both on. I'll lure them away one by one. Come here, buddy. Let's talk. I kind of was thinking I was able to. I obviously can't really get that upper slash attack with that from when he's suspecting it, so I'll do it this way. See, that works. Now, what do we have here? I heard rats. Obviously, there's rats. I think I just scratched my eye. Alright, cloves in here. Some blood vials. I don't think there's a blood liquor in there, but I'm gonna probably double back and check that where I killed that one chunky monkey. I'm gonna see if he's dropped me any blood liquors. Any blood liquor, or I should say any blood liquors dropped in on him. To have a little snack that I left for them. I think so. Yep. I can see the back of her little ugly ass. Oh, wow. Okay. Ah, blood. Now there's a good blood gemstone. Now here we obviously got these fuckers. That's what I was hearing. I just didn't see them. They were above me. Yeah, note to self. Check the ceiling if I hear something, and I don't see anything around me. Check the ceiling. Twin bloodstone shard. I'll take that. Alright, now I can get out of here. I've gotten everything I needed. And I got a huge fucking payday. I'm hoping there won't be a side area, because if there is a side area, that'll just mean it'll take longer to get to my boss. But if there is a side area, I am definitely taking a trip back to the Hunter's Dream, and I'm going to burn off some of these echoes, because I am not losing. I'm almost at 1.5 million, 1.6 million, almost 1.7 million. I am not risking losing them. That would be the fucking pits, if anything. I'm going to take a look in here and see what's lying on the other side, but I'll use my bold hunter mark the second I enter the room. Queen Yarnum. So Queen Yarnum is essentially the boss of bosses that you will encounter in the Chalice Dungeon. And you only encounter her in the Thumerian Ale Chalice. So, knowing that, we are definitely going to use our echoes, because she is a nasty customer. Queen Yarnum essentially will use a lot of blood projectile attacks. As the fight progresses, her attacks and methods will increase in terms of tempo and aggression. So there's a lot of deception tactics she'll use, creating copies of herself, and essentially attempting to do very, very damaging attacks to you if you're not careful. So,
welcome. What is it?
Let's go ahead and
Very well.
power up. We're going to go ahead and get our skill up to 48. And we're going to head up here and get 20 of our insight used to buy a bloodstone chunk. And probably empower one of our weapons. Or just repair them. We can't really empower anything yet. We don't have enough bloodstone shards. But we will resupply. Some are throwing knives, 2 poison knives, 20 pebbles, 10 of our bone marrow ash, and we are ready. Let's go get her. Now, I don't know if this will end with this lair. It says it's up to 5 layers, so I'm not entirely sure if this will end. This Chalice Dungeon will end once you kill Queen Yarnum, but we'll find out. So we're not going to really pay much attention to these other threats. We're just going to move on and get right to the heat of the action. I will still keep this Chalice Dungeon active and open, just so I can navigate it and for farming of echoes and resources and such, so let's go ahead and get started. So right from the start, she will attempt to shoot projectiles in the form of blood spears, using her blood as she is pretty much gifted with blood magic. If you get too close to her, you'll hear a baby crying, which will be Murgo. Essentially, Murgo will sort of cast a spell which will trap you, much like how the Witches of Hemwick can trap you in a ring so you can't move, and which she will attack you with aggression. If you get too close, she will do a arcing sweep attack with her blood. That will increase to 2 arcs as the game progresses, and she will also do a huge blood explosion like that as well. So essentially, your biggest aim, as you can see, there you go, we can do this right there. So essentially, we kind of want to go with the Simon Bowblade. If I can, I gotta get it equipped. There it is. Essentially, we want to keep our distance from her as much as we possibly can. It will be to our best interest if we do. Essentially, you just want to do hit and run tactics. 2 hits, in and out. 2 hits, in and out. Dodge between her strikes and her volleys of blood. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you can get away with 3, great. I wouldn't chance it, though. It's really kind of just one of those things where it's like, it's kind of up in the air. I'm not sure if she's very vulnerable to poison, but I'm going to throw some just to sort of soften her up a little bit. We'll go ahead and equip Bone Marrow Ash. As you can see, being hit by it will cause rapid poison damage. Now, when you get her down to about a quarter of her health or a fifth of her health, she'll break her chain and immediately start using blood magic to summon blood spears, essentially to create innumerable numbers of attacks like this. She will teleport away and immediately summon a phantom to take her place. So essentially what you want to do is you want to figure out which one of them is the phantom. Once you attack them, they will disappear. One of them will disappear anyway. So obviously that is her. So let's get rid of the other ones. They can still hurt you even though they're fake. If you're caught in the ring of the spell, it will essentially start hurting you really bad. So you want to get out of that circle as much as possible. Essentially, you probably want to keep her distance at this point, but I don't usually do that, stupidly. So these obviously were her phantoms. So as soon as you do that, you want to get backwards. Just press back as fast as possible just to get rid of that. Ooh, damn. Lady, you need to chill. I get it. You're mad because you lost your baby. Oh! Basically, you just want to dodge in between her attacks as best you can. Immediately get out of the area when she does that attack because it'll, again, now her power is like improved So now she's got a huge blood sword as opposed to a blood dagger. You can do visceral attacks to her, but it's really risky because I don't want to actually say, because you got to be close enough to get the attack on. So it's kind of hit and miss in terms of success. Definitely want to equip with some medicine. God damn, this girl is gonna kill my ass. Obviously now those ones can throw like blood grenades essentially, which will detonate. Like I figured they were just regular throwing attacks, but apparently not so much the case. Gotcha. And then with the dispatching of her, we get our hands on the Yarnum Stone and the Bloodstone Chunk. So essentially what we get there is, I'm not sure what the Yarnum Stone does, I can't recall. But if we pull it up, essentially it is a sacred heirloom left by the Yarnum Thumerian Queen. By Yarnum, the Thumerian Queen. The Queen lies dead, but her horrific consciousness is only asleep and stirs in unsettling motions. Now, I don't really know what this does. I need to do some reading to check on it, because I can't remember what it does exactly. But I think this is relatively important for a specific part of another quest line, or maybe it's nothing at all. I don't know. I need to check it out and make sure about it. So, but we have basically defeated her, which that was a fucking really ugly fight. I actually almost, God, I almost didn't think I was going to be able to get her in that final stretch. So I'm kind of glad I did. But God, that was a tight fight. I mean, the clutch was real for sure on that one. So we're gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream, and that will conclude the Thumerian Ill Chalice Dungeon. So, wow. Now, essentially, basically, we have now the Cursed Isu Gravestone. We have the Cursed Lower Loran Chalice Dungeon, which is fetid, rotted, and curse offerings. And we also have a Rotted Ailing Loran Chalice Dungeon. So now, let's see what we can make with this one. The Sinister Thumerian Ill Chalice Dungeon. The Great Ill Chalice Dungeon. I think is what we just did, didn't we? The Great Ill. Let's take a look. I think we did. That was the Great Thumerian Ill Chalice Dungeon. So we can't really do the root one as of yet because we don't have the red jelly, and we don't have Sage's hair, and we don't have yellow backbone. So we essentially need to do a little bit of farming to get those resources, essentially to basically do them. But luckily for us, we have all those Chalice Dungeons that we have already unlocked that we can do, and pretty much go from there. But we have still this Cursed Lord Loran one that we can do, and we have this one, which I'm going to leave this one up, because this will be a boon for farming for echoes. And then obviously I have the Cursed Isu, I have this Lower Ailing Loran Chalice Dungeon, and then I have over here the Cursed, the Rotted Fetid one. So essentially we got tons of them we can actually run with at present. So let's see what we can purchase for resources, though, for getting the next one going. So I think right now, I think I'll buy the red jelly. And 2 left. I think I'll buy... I don't have a yellow backbone. If I buy Sage's hair, I'll be completely out of insight, but I think I've got some insight to use. Oh, we do. We got 2 gold blood. Forgot about the 80,000 right there. And Great One's Wisdom. And then we also got these 2 blood dregs, which I'll use 2 of those, but I'll keep 1. So now we've got enough to buy... I'll go ahead and buy 3. At the very least, we got that measure, so... So that was awesome. That was very awesome. I'm very happy about that. So... I'm not sure what the next level up is from my next challenge. Let's see.
Welcome. Very well.
Nope, not enough. We are short almost 105,000. So we can't really level up anymore. So, but that's okay. I'm not gonna complain. We did a lot. We got through the Witch's Abode after some struggle there with the goddamn witches. We got through the Forbidden Woods, since we can't really... it's not that we can't really go through the Old Yarnum. It effectively would be against my intentions, because essentially we want to get to talk to Djurin, because we can get an emote and we can get something else from him. Then we can go about and go ahead the process of killing him. Number 1. Number 2, we obviously need... to get further ahead into the Yargul Unseen Village, because essentially we're going to complete the quest line specifically for Aideen, whatever that healing church broad's name is that hates the prostitute. I forget her name all the time. So either or, that's essentially our goal. But we did a lot. We went through the Hemwick Charnel Lane. We cleared out the Witch's Abode. We took out the Forbidden Woods. We defeated the Shadows of Yharnam. And we essentially completed one of the more harder Chalice Dungeons to our delight. Took us a little bit longer, so this stream took a little longer, but I'm glad we got what we got done. I will probably stream again later in the early morning after I sleep for a few hours, so we'll see what happens. But beyond that, I'm very pleased with that. A little bit annoyed that we got held up by the fucking witches as well as some of those assholes in the Chalice Dungeon, but we kind of expected those were probably going to be inevitable circumstances beyond the scope of our control. So very pleased with it. Hopefully this is definitely going to take us in the right direction. Obviously our main goal is to get to the second playthrough and get that second ending. So essentially that is our main goal. Everything else is basically a bonus, but I still am going to work really hard to pursue those quest lines accordingly and the different ways you can complete them or not. Obviously, we've already bumped off Alfred. We've already bumped off Voltaire. We've pretty much foregone hunting down Henrik, so essentially we're taking Aileen's quest line in a totally different direction, which is what I want to do, because that's actually another way you can complete Aileen's quest line. Aileen the Crow. But beyond that, there's not really much else we can do until we get a little further in the main game. Also, that goes without saying, we have the Tonsil Stone to get us to the Nightmare Frontier. We have the Eye of the Blood Drunk Hunter to get us to the Old Hunters DLC, which we can also do. And essentially go even further than that with other elements and campaign pieces that we're going to pursue in a different direction as opposed to how we did in the first playthrough with our first run. So all considered, not too bad. But I'm looking forward to doing more. I'm actually eager to do more because I was very pleased with this. Very pleased with I was actually having a good time. I was having fun with that fight with Queen Yharnam. So hopefully that will definitely satisfy me for now, because I can't do any more new Chalice Dungeons until I complete the ones I've set up. I need resources. I need sage. I need Sage's hair. I need yellow backbone. I need red jelly. And yeah, I'm gonna need to run a lot of these Chalice Dungeons to get the insight to do those jobs. So, but that's all I got for you now. If you feel like you had a great time, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm definitely going to do some reading on that Yharnam stone that we got from Queen Yharnam and see if there's any real measure of a purpose to that. I know there is another item I'm looking for. It is a ring, something specific. That's strictly for a element for the Queen of Castle Canehurst. Another quest line which we will explore. We didn't get to explore because we didn't get to the other higher, harder difficulty Chalice Dungeons, but we'll do that later. So, but that's all I got for you for now. I will be tuning in again tomorrow, hopefully to do a little bit more of this work, and then we will get forward on that with our next run. Next time, I think we'll probably pursue some Chalice Dungeons, and maybe into the School of Bergenworth, and maybe the Yargul Unseen Village. But then again, who knows? Maybe I'll decide to go to the Nightmare Frontier, or perhaps the Old Hunters DLC. So I'm Savage Squishy 86, and I will catch you next time with our continuing live stream playthrough and coverage of Bloodborne. I'll see you later, guys. Have a good night.